This is the TRL Footy Show, brought to you by Power FM, Hutchison Builders and the Warwick Cowboys Rugby League Football Club. Live and free from the Warwick Hotel on Power TV Australia. And now, here's your host from the Obee and Cookie Call on Power FM, Andrew O'Brien, a.k.a. Obee.
Well, g'day and welcome to the TRL Footy Show, sponsored by Hutchison Builders and also Power FM Radio. And we are here at the Warwick Hotel. G'day, everyone. Hello. Well, that's the biggest first cheer we've had ever. My scallywag here, Paul Reedy. How are you, Reedy?
Yeah, good, thanks. Great to be out at Warwick, and what a good win by the Cowboys on the weekend.
Well, it was a fantastic win by the Cowboys, wasn't it, guys? Yeah. Yes, best win, I reckon, since 2016 grand final surge there as well. And a name synonymous with rugby league in Warwick, the president of the Warwick Cowboys, Dane Barrett. How are you, Dane?
Yeah, going good, thanks, Obe.
And I didn't call you Dwayne, did I?
Not yet, anyway, mate.
That's right, because there was a cliffhanger coming over there as well. Let's get stuck into the footy show. Well, the Mustangs, what's happening there, Reed? 72-6.
Yeah,
they lost over Wynnum Seagulls on the weekend.
Yeah, look, the worst loss we've had for a number of years. Wynnum going particularly well. 3 Toowoomba boys in there playing against us, which is a bit of a disappointment. But look, we kicked off well. We opened the scoring. We held them to nil for about the first 10 to 15 minutes, but I don't know what went wrong after that. The boys are very disappointed in themselves. They actually just really capitulated and let the Wynnum Manly boys get in over the top of us. But look, this weekend we play the Dolphins. It's playing off to see who will end up with the wooden spoon, so hopefully that'll be the Dolphins. We'll finish last and at 2 o'clock Sunday at Gold Park.
Well, that's great, Reeds, but you don't get off that easily, mate, because 72-6, is that the worst loss we've had in the history of Mustangs?
Oh yeah, that's the worst defeat we've had since we've started back 10 years ago in the under 20s. So it was really disappointing, and I've seen the boys at training during the week, and they're really disappointed. So they'll be looking to lift this weekend against the Dolphins.
Yeah, well, what I've certainly got to say, you're at a all-time sort of loss-making record there. Do you do a Mal Meninga and do from top to toe, do you?
Well, a lot of the players leave us anyway every year because of the age limit. Once they're out of under 20s, they've got to move on anyway. But there's been a few new players brought in this weekend, particularly a number of the under 18s are going to be given their opportunity. So they've finished their season with the TRL, a number of them with their clubs. So they'll get their opportunity this weekend to push their case for further honours next season.
I reckon there's not enough Warwick players in there, I reckon, but they play Dolphins this weekend at Gold Park at 2 p.m, which is going to be a feast of rugby league at Gold Park. And yes, look, that'll be still pretty tough against the, we treat them as our own, the Dolphins, don't we?
Yeah, look, it's going to be a really tough game. All these games in the under 20s are very tough, particularly the sides that are supported by NRL teams such as the Dolphins again. So we'll be coming up against some really good footballers this weekend. But look, a couple of second division games as well out there. So great opportunity to get out to Gold Park 2 o'clock, and there's 3 games of football to watch. Yeah, well, let's get on to the Warwick Club, and thanks for joining us here, Dane. And what a wonderful feeling it is. I was just saying to one of the boys there earlier that it's just a great time of year. And especially, it wasn't that you won the game, but you won it so well, Dane.
Yeah, no, we're happy with our performance, I think, Obee. We've had some up and downs. It's probably the first time we've put a full-strength side on the field, like probably since round 2, I think, with some of the discussion there through the week. I guess we've just got to be on board to go onwards and upwards, with this from here.
Yeah, I just could see the senior players really stood up. I thought Matty Marshall was good. Sammy Bromwell was absolutely fantastic. What do you think, Reed? Yeah, I like the boys. They really out-enthused Wattles. Wattles come back, the ties were scored, but your boys just stuck to the commitment. It's the first time I've seen both Wattles halves shut down in a game. He's did a really good job with them. You had good possession, but the edges where Wattles are particularly strong with Coiner and Ty Gardner, we're all over him, and good game plan.
Yeah.
Well, from your point of view...
Not my game plan, mate.
Yeah, but from your point of view, you beat them by, 3 or 4 tries. It was 6 tries to 2. Didn't have your kicking boots on. From your point of view, you've been around. Why did you win it?
Oh, mate, I think we just competed for the full 80. We probably didn't complete as well as what we can, and there's a lot of improvement there. Probably could have got a few of our kicks away a bit better, but basically we competed for the whole game, and everyone was on song.
So you're 80 minutes away from a grand final berth. Haven't made it since 2016. I don't know when it was before that. Haven't won since 88, I think was the year. Is that right?
Yep. 88.
When George McVeigh was there, because he's told everyone, hasn't he, Reeds?
He keeps telling the money he's going to keep playing on that too. So
Yeah.
hey, if he's good at this year, you might shut him down for a little while.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. There was other players in that side. You probably just have to remind them every now and again. But
Yeah, that's right. But what I was going to say, Dan, was that, we know all these satellite towns around the Toowoomba region have been doing it tough, especially here in Stanthorpe, etc. as well. It's going to mean a lot to the community, isn't it? Just to give them a bit of medicine to put a smile on their face.
yeah, no, it is. Well, I mean, it's been doom and gloom, talking about the water restrictions and the dams. And I went out the other day and had a look at the dam, and especially here, probably been since in 75, I think, was about the time it was as low as it was. But yeah, no, it will. It'll be something that boosts the whole town, whole community up, mate.
Well, you've had a sort of initiation this year, Dane. I hesitate to say that you're a fairly reluctant leader of this group, but you had the Broncos early. Didn't know whether you're going to make any money out of that, but you did okay there. And you had some great days. I know that ladies' days and old boys were really good against Valleys, and you had there as well. So the club's really buzzed this year, hasn't it?
Yeah, mate, we've got a relatively small committee, but really hard-working committee. Great group of players through all grades.
Yep.
Just great supporters. We've been there, always been there, and we've put a few things on this year, and they've really supported as well.
Well, it's funny because Reed's like the other clubs all involved in the lower grades, but Warwick have only got the one team.
Yeah, look, and they've full credit to them. It's been a real good year for rugby league. The highlight at the start of the year, the Broncos and South Logan game out here, that was a fantastic night.
Yep,
came out. I really enjoyed being out here that night, and a really good crowd. The club supported it, and seeing your A grade side there on the weekend, you've got one of the hardest working forward packs I think I've seen. They're really uncompromising. They get out there, and it's really good. The spirit amongst the town, I suppose, with the Cowboys, particularly how well they're going. All I'm hearing this week is about how proud they are. So it's going really good for them.
And of course, with the club, you've got well, you were telling me you're a glutton for punishment, Dane. You've got maybe a grand final, right, to play on the Sunday, and you've got the Rodeo here on the Friday night or something, haven't you?
Yeah, no, we do. So the Rodeo Committee is a committee that's been going for a few years, and they really wanted to go this year. We sort of looked at that time of year and where it was going to be on that Friday night. And what a better place to present a team going into a grand final than at a rodeo on the Friday night before. So. And
mate, who is the best rodeo rider in the football teams, mate, apart from Mick Broomfield?
Oh, mate, I'd have to go back a few years. I think Mark Sullivan actually rated himself a little bit.
No, I didn't say the rodeo clown, mate. I said rodeo rider.
Rodeo rider, mate. It'd probably, I don't know. I reckon Sam Broomfield coming from up in that,
That's good.
Red Ants country up there.
I think, he'd be all right. His head's ugly, so they couldn't really muck it there as well, could they?
No.
So we go from there. But it's always a good night. How much to get in?
Oh, mate, top of my head, I don't know. 25, I think it is, mate. 25.
Yeah, but it's a great night. 20.
Yeah, I discounted. Mark's just discounted that out.
There you go. And then presentation night, I think, is the 20th, which you're looking forward to. There's some great historical trophies done there. It's a fantastic night, the Warwick Cowboys, and will be a good year if you win the grand final, won't it?
Yeah, mate, that'll be great. It'll be a great place to celebrate, but we've got a lot of work to do in the next couple of weeks.
And can you beat Valleys on the weekend?
Yeah, mate, sure.
Yeah, where are you going to beat them, mate? Well, you're the president. Where are you going to beat them?
On the footy field, mate.
Yeah, that's good. And you just got to be in front at the end?
Yeah.
That's a go, don't you reckon, Briggs?
I reckon so, mate. It'll be a great
answer. All right, look, thanks. Anything else about Warwick you want to mention tonight? Who's your ambassador?
I can't think of it.
What's her name?
Nat.
Oh, Nat
Webb,
Nat
sorry, Nat.
Webb, yes, I met Nat, yeah. And then you got that is tomorrow week, okay? And of all your players, who's a chance for the Webke Prize Medal this year?
Oh, mate.
I'll put you on the spot, mate. This is 60 minutes with Obee, or 60 seconds with Obee.
Oh, I think we've got a couple of blokes, I guess. We've probably got...
Craig Don, Sammy Brommel,
yeah.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Benny Sullivan, he's
mate.
up there at the end.
Yeah.
Better be proud to have. Warwick won a Webke Prize Medal, Mark?
Not a Webke.
2. Who's won those, mate?
Dave Richardson and Justin.
And Justin who?
Crofty, yeah.
That's right, the Mr. Encyclopedia of Warwick Cowboys. But thanks very much for coming, mate. We'll look forward to seeing you over the weekend. And as we go to the break, let's look at an interview that with one of the Cowboys' best on the weekend that Nev did, Cody Byrne. This is the Toowoomba Rugby League Footy Show.
Nev Cherry for the Toowoomba Rugby League here in a victorious Warwick Cowboys dressing shed. And I have one of the heroes for the Warwick Cowboys, Cody Byrne. You come on as a reserve, matey, but mate, just when I thought that you was going to die away a little bit, you give him an extra edge on that right-hand edge over there. It's just, did the coach give you any specific instructions when you went out there?
Oh yeah, just try and get on the field and lift the intensity, I suppose. Take it back up to how we started. So just try to take over from Joshy and do the best I could.
Mate, you've certainly done that when you come on. Mate, what's it like running off young Benny Sullivan there at hooker? Like, he just directs play so well, and when he goes, you've got to go with him.
Yeah, he's good. He just tells you where to be, and you just follow him around. You know he's going to give you an opportunity to do something good.
So mate, you're a Kalani boy. How'd you get to become and playing for the Warwick Cowboys?
I played all my juniors in Warwick, and cutters have folded, and I just played under 18s at Cowboys, and that's where I want to be. So just playing for Gruey, I love it.
How'd you find it going through the middle of there? Because, mate, it's pretty tough coming up against the Warwick, the Waddles forward pack there. They've got some big boppers, but, mate, you seem to bend them backwards.
Yeah, well, that was our plan,
Coming up, Obee and the panel will review week 1 of the TRL finals. This is the TRL Footy Show, brought to you by Power FM, Hutchison Builders and the Warwick Cowboys. We're live and free from the Warwick Hotel on Power TV Australia.
Hutchies lives here. We're locals, just like you. To us, construction is really about people, not just bricks and concrete. It's people who bring our structures to life and build communities. We stick by the people who make communities. From Toowoomba Rugby League to RACQ Lifelight Rescue Service, Milne Bay Military Challenge, and the Toowoomba Tennis International, Hutchies is proud to back the people who support the region.
Is your computer driving you crazy? Is it slow or doing things you didn't expect? Well, having a computer crash or pick up a virus can be a complete nightmare for a business, so having someone local you can trust to get you up and running again is critical. The dedicated team of experts at Computer Troubleshooters Toowoomba West will put your mind at ease from the moment you walk through the door and will get your problem solved in no time, with a 100% guarantee on their work. Laptops, tablets, PCs, whatever you have, Roger and the team can fix it for you. So visit them today at 236 Bridge Street, Newtown. Can't get in to see them? No worries. Just call them on 4642 1331 and they'll come to you. Toowoomba Troubleshooters Toowoomba West on the web at www.computertroubleshooters.com.au/Toowoomba West.
Crazy Kevin on the radio.
jamming as much variety into your day as possible.
PowerFMRadio.com.au.
G'day, Kev Walters here, coach of the Mighty Maroons and brand ambassador for Toowoomba Kia. Did you know that every new Kia, including my Stinger, comes with a 7-year unlimited kilometre warranty? 7 straight years. Ha! That's equal to 21 Origin matches worth of warranty. But you don't just get the best warranty in the business. These guys are all about making winning deals for Queenslanders like you. So come down and see the team here at Toowoomba Kia, Toowoomba's new home of Australia's best 7-year warranty.
Queenslander!
Not bad.
Thank you for your company for the TRL Footy Show live from the Warwick Hotel. And now it's back to Obee and the panel.
Yeah, welcome back to the TRL Footy Show. Is everyone having a good time? Yeah. Yeehaw! Out of your skin, the Cowboys here. And joining us is, I think, one of the best coaches in the competition, Matty Grew. How are you, Matty? Put your hands together for Matty Grew. And what a great win on the weekend, Matthew.
Yeah, no, it was a great win. As you can tell, the boys are still pretty happy about it, Obe, so...
Yeah, and how's the coach? He's pretty happy about it?
I'm stoked, yeah, I couldn't be happy.
That's good. I heard you you showed the boys how to train on the weekend. On
Yeah,
Tuesday, is that right?
Get in there and mix up with them every now and then. Chance to just keep things fresh.
Okay, well, you're here for the summary of week 1 in the semi-finals. We'll get to your game in a moment, but let's talk about the Dalby-Gundawindi game. After a number of weeks living under the radar, Dalby diehards emerged looking on track to go deep into the finals with an impressive win over Gundawindi, 26 points to 6. They led 12-6 at half-time and went on to win it in the second half and convincingly in the end, Reeds.
Yeah, and look, we were out of Dalby the other week too, and they were pretty talking up their defence, saying that they were going to do it with their defence. That's what they've been concentrating on all week. They've been a little bit disappointed with that. Gundawindi coming off a great win over Wattles the week before. They were very confident that they'd be able to push Dalby right to the end. But look, Dalby have been building at the right end of the season, and they came through.
Yeah, I think with that game, Reeds, that Gundy probably were a bit impatient and they sort of wanted to win the game in the first 20 minutes and they just didn't sort of forego the attack that Dalby were putting on them.
Yeah, I suppose patience, and as we heard Dane talking about before with the Cowboys, he felt they put in a real 80-minute performance, and that's what Dalby had to do out there the other week against last weekend against Gundawindi. And we heard Mark Offendale say when they beat Wattles that they were proud of their 80-minute effort. They thought it was one of their first ones. So this weekend it's going to be no different.
That's right. Well, Mark Offendale, as you're saying, dislocated his elbow during the game, and we were at the game, and he's trying to put it in, like just to show his toughness of an elbow. Have you ever done that, mate?
No.
I'd say you're not tough?
No, definitely not as tough as that anyway.
Yeah, well, there we go. But look, their marker rucks is what's won them the game, Dalby, at the moment. But I know you're not thinking about them at the moment. You're thinking about Valleys, but they're dangerous, Dalby.
Oh, 100%. We've played Dalby twice this year, and we might have got 2 wins, but they were very tough and they were very close games of football.
Yeah.
We know the quality of players that Dalby have got in there. They're a well-coached side. They're pretty... well drilled with what they do, and they're a side much like us. Dalby, they play for the sake of their club. They put the club on the line every week, so that's dangerous for a club to do.
If you played them again, then I know that both Dalby and Warwick and Reeds come into this are playing better football than you played when you played them in both rounds.
Oh, definitely.
Don't you agree?
That's what you got to expect. You expect sides who are playing better football in the finals, and I think Dalby are, by the looks of it, they're one of those sides that have got themselves better going into the finals.
Well, I always say, every time the final starts, it's a new competition in it. Any side can sort of get through, but I think it was important for you to finish where you did too. It gives you that second crack. So Wattles are going to get that second crack, but it could have been yourselves as well. So yous have come together really good as a team, and as we were talking about earlier, it's probably the first time you've had one of your full-strength sides on for the year.
Yeah, it is. It's the first time since round 2 actually had at Dalby. It was the last time we played full strength out there. And We talked about the whole year as a side, finishing in the top 3 was our goal, to give us 2 cracks at the finals, and that's what we did. So, and after a bit on the weekend, we've still got those 2 cracks left up our sleeve.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a moment. Let's have a look at a couple of tries from the Power TV delayed telecast game on Saturday. First of all, let's look at Steve Franciscus in the 11th minute, the Spider himself, and no, this might be David Armstrong's in the great try. They had all the ball, Dalby, and they had to do something special that took the score to 12-6, and Armstrong a special player. Yes, he is. But I think these last few games against teams like Wattles and Dalby, he hasn't been as effective, Reeds, has he?
Yeah, he's probably, they're watching him. He really burst onto the scene, particularly when we got those 7 tries in one game, and I think a lot of teams have been trying to work out how to sort of take him out of the game a little bit, sort of make him less effective. And that's what happened, but he still manages to keep putting tries on the board every week.
Yeah, but as a coach, Gruey, you must analyse their good players. Like if you're playing a player such as Armstrong, you do that for the opposition and in your training as well?
Oh, definitely. You've got to look at that. You've got to look at opposition sides and where their strengths are and individual players, and try and play away from those strengths.
That's right. Well, we've got another try here. I think it's either Spiders or Alex Ambiers. Let's have a look at this.
I think that's the same.
I think that's the same one there, Barry. Yes, it is, and it's great. It looks good the second time. Adam Tribe kicks through, gives it to David Armstrong. Anyway, we'll have that other try on as we go. But let's go on to the next game. And we'll have a look at that if it comes up with the travelator there. Thanks, Yuki. Oh, that's Alex Ambiers, yes. And that was in the 9th minute of the second half. Yeah,
he's been one of their standout players so
that's
far.
right, and that made it 18 points to 6 there, Reeds. So he was good in the go forward, mate. From dummy half, he was excellent, wasn't he?
Yeah, and look, he has been for him for a number of weeks. He's probably been one of their most consistent players, along with Steve Franciscus. Without them 2 players, they every week, even when they're in front or behind, they just keep playing a good, hard football all the time.
And he seems to have got form at the moment, Alex Ambier, hasn't he?
Oh, definitely. That whole Derby side does really, like you said, they've hit their straps come finals, so they're a side to watch. And if they manage to get through again this weekend, and I think they'll really put pressure on the last 2 sides.
That's right. Well, let's have a look at this game. Warwick 26, Wattles 12, 6 tries to 2. It was a win for the ages. Jared Bradfield and Benny Sullivan, outstanding. The first try, I reckon, was a try of the match. It was a pinpoint kick from 5'8". Cody Tanley found a high jumping Mitchie Watson to score a spectacular try out wide, wasn't it, Reeds?
Yeah, look,
it was a ripper, wasn't it?
What a great way to start, and I liked Mitch has got some speed, and when he went for that ball, he was confident all the way there that he was going to get there on time. I thought Wattles probably laid off a little bit on Tandy. They should have worked him over when they had the ball a bit, when they were running at him, but they just let him do what he wanted to do out in the field. He had a sensational game.
Don't you agree?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, you can't let any quality halves have enough time with the ball or too much time to think. They'll put you on show.
Yeah, but I think that try, especially the first try of the game, really lifted your players to really go and just got the momentum after that. Don't you agree?
Oh, definitely. Well, you want points early, and you want to be the one scoring the points early, and we were the side that managed to go up early and put the pressure on Wattles, and they sort of turn around and come back at us then. But that was sort of, those blokes have worked on that for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
A lot of kicking to each other and a lot of that.
Yep.
Mitchie's a sort of player who's got a lot of elite. He's a pretty athletic sort of bloke.
He's just from, when I seen him play for Toowoomba earlier and to now, he's just getting better and better all the time.
Yeah.
Don't say that too loud, Reed. He's only sitting over there.
Yeah,
I see him over there giving himself a bit of a pump up about the try.
Yeah, Reeds, what I was going to say is that I've noticed that the teams really this whole year haven't been utilising kicking high to the corners, and it's something that's going to go a long way if they keep doing that.
Yeah, and I think it depends on the quality of the fullback and the wingers that you're playing against too. Some of them are much better under the high ball and they bring it back. A couple of weeks ago up there at the Oval, Souths played and the ball was really swirling around up there. On the weekend it wasn't as much, and I think Wattles might have went to the air too much. And it brought them undone. The boys at the back for the Cowboys just kept doing the job.
Yeah, but I suppose from a coaching and a team point of view, you just got to practice all facets, haven't you, Gruey?
Oh, definitely. And like you're saying there already, with the conditions on the weekend were great, but going there next weekend, the conditions at the stadium could be completely different. So you've just got to, you won't know until you get there and what conditions you're going to play.
Well, as we saw at half-time, it was 12-6. There was 3 unconverted tries for the Cowboys. Waddles made it 12-all, but then it was the Cowboys who really knocked down to score 3 more tries through Cody Byrne, Zach Koicha, and it got his second. And then the old wrap-around movement saw Matty Marshall score, and that put the Cowboys in beyond doubt. And now they're 80 minutes away from the grand final berth, Reeds.
Yeah, look, they were pretty complete across the paddock. 2 of the blokes who probably don't get heralded enough throughout the season are your halves. Particularly Harry Sullivan. They played a really good game on the weekend. And I think a lot of those accolades tend to go to the Valleys halves and the Waddles halves, but your 2 boys have stood up all year, and on the weekend they were very, very good.
Oh, definitely. You got to keep in mind too, Reedy. Harry was playing on the wing for us until 5 or 6 weeks ago, 5 or 6 games ago, and we've had an injury, and he, Harry he's a 9 or he's a half. That's the position he played, and he was doing a job for us early in the year because we needed that role filled. And since he stepped into the halfback role, he hasn't looked back.
Yeah, but a lot of halves there. Sure, they can kick and pass balls, but one thing I liked about Harry on the weekend was his defence. I mean, he just had no fear against those big boys, did he?
No, exactly right, and I think that's a benefit.
For me, he's just crazy.
He's been a younger brother of the 3 boys in the family, and he's probably spent most of his life growing up tackling and being the one having to tackle, and it's paid off for him.
That's right. Well, anyone who's tackled his father all these years has got to be a better tackler. No, I'm joking. Now, reserve grade, it was Waddles 14-0 over Highfields. It was 6-0 at half-time. Eden blew at 2 tries, and one thing I like about that score, Reeds, is the 0 for Highfields.
Yeah, that was a good thing for Waddles. They played off in the President's Cup final earlier in the year. They had a few losses, just recently.
Yeah, they did, to Gundy and Valleys, yep.
Yep, but they came out there on the weekend and showed the side they should be.
And the other Reggie's game, entertaining game, 32 points to 30, Gatton over Gundawindi, scoring at the death. Gatton raced away to an 18-0 lead. They were still in front, 18-12, courtesy of a couple of Rick McGrady tries. He's still playing, by the way. Yes, Rick McGrady, 47 years of age. Gundawindi levelled the scores at 18-all. The lead changed 1,000 times after the deadlock until speedster Jack Marlowe scored out wide with 2 minutes to go to get the win for Gatton. In under 18s, it was Highfields 48-18 over Gundawindi. It was 18-all at half-time, and the Eagles under 18s were very good with this win, and just to deliver a message to the rest of the competition, don't you reckon?
Yeah, they're going to go. They're going to be pushing for a grand final win, probably one of the first for Highfields. I was talking to a couple of their players during the week, and they were really confident before the game, and they were really looking forward to this, and I think they're treating the final series as another competition.
Yeah, well, 40 points to 22. Dalby beat Gatton. Dalby led 12-0 out of the blocks. Gatton clawed back to be just 12-10 behind at half-time. Josh Chappell scored 2 good individual tries to stamp his authority, and before you knew it, Dalby were in front by 36 points to 16 with 15 minutes remaining, and that was enough for the diehards to meet the Souths in grand final qualifier next week. You like your under 18s, mate? Who do you like in that competition?
I love the under 18s competition, Obee, I really do, I think, and it's a competition where, regardless of results this week, next week, or whatever, any side will win that competition.
You're not going to put a tip?
No, I'm not going to put a tip.
Because you haven't seen it?
No, but I think, like I said, any side that wants it more there on the day and gets up for it and gets more excited about it.
Why do these coaches just give me these cliches at the moment? Who do you think's going to win, mate? Give us a tip.
I like Dalby. Okay, there you go. I like Dalby.
It's good. Well, who do you like, Ritz?
I thought Dalby, the way they played on the weekend, James Heinrich was absolutely outstanding for him. Gatton had 2 really good players there, but they just didn't use them enough, or they didn't get involved enough. I think Souths, with the week off, they'll be hard to beat this weekend, and they'll be fronting up against Dalby in the grand final.
That's right. Second division, Gundawindi 52 put the end to Texas 22 in their 2019 season. It was a handsome win. Young board Jamal Woodbridge scored 5 tries, and they led 38 points to 6 at half time. And then a hard-fought contest. It was Gatton 16-14 over Stanthorpe. Gatton came from behind to defeat them. Grenlands led 10-6 at half half-time. Then an intercept Hawks try by Ben Sadler to make it 10-12. They were still behind. Then a couple of penalties by Jake Burnell. Sorry, Gremlins were behind. That put them in front 14-12. And then Ben Sadler again scored to get his side over the line for that win. So, look, Matty, you're looking forward to this weekend. You're 80 minutes away from a grand final berth. Can you be too calm?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I think calmness is a good thing, but then at saying that...
But there's no right mix, is there?
No, of course it's not. It's just, you wait till Sunday and see who show up.
Is it about how you've practiced and make sure you just go back to those fundamentals when you go into the side?
Yeah, definitely.
And don't throw water bottles or anything like that?
Yeah, and this time of year, it's all about how you recover after big games too. We've got a few old bodies in our side, so the better we recover during the week, the better we'll be for the weekend.
Okay. Any little niggling injuries, mate?
Oh, no, not really. No, we come out of the game.
No, it's talking about you, mate. Yeah.
Oh, me? No, it's busted shoulder. I got a black eye from training the other week, but I'm going right over.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. What are you laughing at, Reeds? Did I make it funny?
No, Matty did, not you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sort of stuff. So, and we're going to talk about the preview in a moment, and Mick Bloomfield's going to take your place. Where have you got to beat Bally's on the weekend, apart from hanging onto the ball for a long time?
Oh, we've got to beat them everywhere. It's the sort of game where you've got to be good across the field. You've got to be good defensively. You've got to be good with the ball. I think we'll work them over up the middle. In that middle third is where we're going to look at trying to do the damage, but saying that their quality out wide too. So.
Yeah, you've been a bit. You've lost games where you didn't expect them this year, haven't you? But I thought it was your best game of the year last weekend, and just to get to that level, as Matty Marshall said in his interview, you can play a bit better, can't you?
Oh, definitely. Like Matty said in his interview, we won a tough game. We won it tough. Is that how we won that game? And we can be a lot better, and we'll need to be a lot better going forward.
And it's just going to be a different game, isn't it? Because your sliding defence was excellent on the weekend.
It'll be a different game. Every side you play differently. They have different structure, different setup, so you've got to adjust to that. But if we get us right and worry about us more than we worry about them, we should be right.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Matty. We wish you all the best on the weekend. 80 minutes away from a grand final berth. That's going to be fantastic, isn't it, Reeds?
Yeah. Look, good luck to them. They'll really push it to Valleys this weekend.
So as we go to a break, let's look at an interview with Gundawindi's super sub Kyle Munro that Nev did on the weekend. This is the Toowoomba Rugby League Footy Show.
Here with the hard working super sub for the Gundawindi Boars, Kyle Munro. Kyle, you've just come off the field from playing the Dalby Diehards in a wonderful, tough game. Unfortunately, you didn't get the win, but mate, it was a great spectacle to watch. Who do you think really stood up for you guys?
I'll probably give my 3 points to Liam Close, Duncan. One of the front rowers out there. He played 80 minutes and really put his hand up tonight and took the ball forward, so it's pretty good for him to do. Really.
So you've had a wonderful year this year, the Gundawindi Boars, and unfortunately you've been knocked out in the first semi-final, but man, surely you've got to learn some valuable lessons out of that. We just talked about how coming up against Dalby, how seasoned they are, and they're a hard side to beat come semi-final time. They've been waiting for this game all year.
Yeah, it's hard going up against Dalby. They've been in the contest for the last couple of years, and I think experience got them over the line tonight. Most of our boys, haven't played finals footy for a long time,
So where are you from? You're originally a Gundawindi boy?
I was born in Gundy, grew up in Boggabilla, Gundawindi. So, yeah, down that way.
Mate, were you really surprised the amount of support that you had here tonight? The crowd was very, very vocal right till the end.
Yeah, no, it's good to see heaps of Gundy people get up tonight and make it out. We've got the Reggies tomorrow, so I think probably half of them will stay up and support the Reggies. So.
Well, Mark Offendale, he'd have to be very proud of you guys. Like, you hung in there, you lost some of your biggest players in that first half and made it look like coming just after half-time you're going to cause a major upset. You were coming for them, but just the class of the Dalby Diehards won out in the end.
Yeah, we lost Mark there. That was a pretty big loss. Dave got injured. But like I said before, I think it's experience, the Dalby team. So, but we can take a lot away from that. And this year, it's been pretty good. So.
Well, Kyle, you played very well. Best game of the year, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Up next, Obee and the panel will preview Week 2 of the TRL Finals. This is the Toowoomba Rugby League Footy Show, brought to you by Power FM, Hutchison Builders and the Warwick Cowboys Rugby League Football Club. Live from the Warwick Hotel on Power TV Australia.
Is your computer driving you crazy? Is it slow or doing things you didn't expect? Well, having a computer crash or pick up a virus can be a complete nightmare for a business, so having someone local you can trust to get you up and running again is critical. The dedicated team of experts at Computer Troubleshooters Toowoomba West will put your mind at ease from the moment you walk through the door and will get your problem solved in no time with a 100% guarantee on their work. Laptops, tablets, PCs, whatever you have, Roger and the team can fix it for you. So visit them today at 236 Bridge Street, Newtown. Can't get in to see them? No worries. Just call them on 4642 1331 and they'll come to you. Toowoomba Troubleshooters, Toowoomba West, on the web at www.computertroubleshooters.com.au/Toowoomba West.
If you've lost your income or had a change of earning capacity through no fault of your own and are struggling with debt that you can no longer handle, you probably feel a bit like this ant. If the struggle is getting you down and you feel overwhelmed, there is an answer. Central Liaison has helped thousands of people break free of the debt struggle by handling their debt for them. Freeze all interest, stop the harassing calls from the bank and start enjoying life again. Call them today on 0409 344 070 for a confidential, obligation-free chat about how Central Liaison can help you take your life back. The number again, 0409 344 070. Call them now.
On Power TV Australia, we take a frank look at computers, the internet and social media with a team of experts from around the world with Switched On IT. Learn what makes the internet tick and how to keep your kids safe online. Discover a whole new world of entertainment at www.powertvaustralia.com or download the app from the Google Play Store.
Celebrate 100 years of rugby league in Toowoomba with the TRL's exclusive radio and TV call team. Join Obee, Cookie, Nev, George and Kelvin every Saturday from 5:30pm for the Toowoomba Sports Club Match of the Day, live on powerfmradio.com.au/special events. On Sunday, the team's back with the Power FM Hutchies Match of the Round from 1:30pm on Power FM 88 Toowoomba and online at powerfmradio.com.au/special events. You can now watch the game of the week with all the action, including instant replays of every try at 8 o'clock Sunday night on Power TV Australia. Take the footy with you wherever you go by downloading the Power TV Australia app for both Power FM and Power TV Australia. Welcome back to the TRL Footy Show from the Warwick Hotel. And now here's Obee and the panel.
And welcome back. We are here at the Hutchison Builders TRL Footy Show, and we're here at Warwick Hotel. Is everyone enjoying themselves? Yeah. Bit of deja vu there. We've got the captain of the Warwick Cowboys, the best goal kicker in under 10s, is Michael Bloomfield. How are you, Mickey?
Yeah, really good.
Hang on, Reeds. It was he scored no try, no goals.
Didn't trouble the score at all with the boot on the weekend, Mick, but he certainly did when he was running the ball. He had a good game there.
What is going on there, Michael?
I knew we didn't have to kick the goals to win.
Yeah, right, you idiot.
That's all it was.
That was good. That's very good. You've been kicking okay. I mean, I could kick better than you on the weekend.
I reckon you could have too.
Yeah, that's right. But what a great win on the weekend, mate. 6 tries to 2. I reckon you had about 40% of the possession, right? So it was an unusual game as far as stats was concerned, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. But when we got the ball down there, we capitalised. So.
It's funny, like when it was 18-12, there was probably about 4 to 6 sets of 6 there, Reeds. And then as soon as they got the ball, Zach Koika has scored in the corner.
Yeah, look, I think the Warwick Cowboys stuck to their game plan. They seemed to frustrate them, and I've been saying to the likes of Ryan Duggan that all year, the Wattles boys have got a little bit of aggression about them and they give away some stupid penalties. The Cowboys stuck to it. They didn't give away any of those stupid penalties and they kept getting the possession back every time Wattles made a mistake.
A fair assumption, Mick?
Yeah, we've been trying to control our discipline, and I reckon we did a really good job on the weekend.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Well, let's have a look at the preview for week 2 of the TRL 100-year centenary finals, and Wattles versus Dalby. It's at 4 o'clock on Sunday. The only time these two met was when Dalby led 22-0 after 20 minutes at Plattside, but we were there, and they lost 30 points to 22 against a spirited Wattles side. Mate, how do you see this one going?
Yeah, look, this is going to be a really good game. Wattles lost their last 2. They're really going to need to come out against Dalby, who are firing. They're firing at the right time. I think it just depends on the side they put on the paddock. If Wattles get back to how they were playing a few weeks ago, I think they might just sneak away against Dalby, but this will be one of the best games in the semi-finals for us.
I know you're focused on Valleys on the weekend, but how do you see that game going between Dalby and Wattles? And keep in mind, it's like you've been around long enough that you've got to forget about the game against you guys with Wattles. It's going to be a whole new ball game on Saturday.
I think Wattles, they'll turn up. I don't think they turn up probably on the weekend, but Dalby, yeah, I don't know, it's going to be a forward battle again.
Yeah, that's right. And I think it's about who hangs on to the ball the most. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look at a game for the major semi-final in 80 minutes away from an historical 100th year centenary grand final berth for one of these sides. Valleys really needed the week off given their injuries. They will be better for it, you would think, and Warwick seemed to get through last week's brutal affair against Wattles. Okay, how do you see this one going, Reeds?
Yeah, look, this will be a good game. Valley's got that week off. It's probably, if they had any niggling injuries, it's going to suit them right down to the ground. Warwick seemed to have come through that game, as the boys were saying earlier, unscathed. I think if they take much of the same plan in against Valleys, they're going to push them right to the end. But win, lose or draw this weekend for either side, I think either of them will go back into the grand final the following week.
Do you agree with that, Mick?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you've got to beat Valleys, mate. They're very, very quick.
Well, yeah.
And you really haven't gone against those, but I think you just got to back your slide in defence, which was excellent on the weekend, don't you agree?
Back your slide defence.
Because your defence really won the game last week. Yeah. They only scored 12 points, 2 tries, and they really had to work hard before that, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I think if our forwards can get us going forward again, then we'll be right.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You don't know what you're going to get with Valleys. They are a pretty cool side. They last time I keep going back, Reeds, to that loss they had against Wattles. Wattles were very good at the moment, but I think it was one of the most brutal games, and both sides are still recovering from that.
Yeah, and it looks like Valleys will have a fairly full-strength side this weekend, but they've got some really good dynamic players, particularly in the backs, particularly that Callum Hart when he plays. He's outstanding for them. But they do have a few penalties in them. They do tend to get a little bit probably frustrated at times, and they give away the penalties like Wattles do. If the Cowboys don't do that, they'll get much more possession than what they may have got.
Yeah, I think so, because I said to Mick and the Cowboys boys last week that I thought that they were, they certainly weren't favourites for the game, but they came in overwhelming and won. And I think it's a bit similar here. From my point of view, they probably like me tipping against them to go Valleys, but I've actually said in the program that I think Valleys by a couple, and then tip Warwick, because I did change my mind, because that defence was just something special. But can I say that you even surprised yourself on Sunday?
Oh, yeah, you can.
You're not going to disagree, but every game's the same, mate. But Valleys are going to be. You really set out right from the word get-go, didn't you? Yeah. And you want to do that because you haven't really started that well in your really good games this year, have you?
No, we haven't. That's the thing we had to work on, was our starts.
Yep.
We come out of the blocks slow, and then we put the points on, but then usually after half time we come out slow again. But on the weekend we come out.
Well, all the best with that. Let's go on to the lower grades elimination final. Goondiwindi versus Wattles, 1 o'clock at Clydeburg Office Stadium. Wattles' defence last week was exceptional against the spirited Highfield side. Your tip on this one, Reeds?
No, I'll tip Wattles. I think they'll beat Gundy this weekend.
You'll say Wattles? Yeah, I think we're all on board there. Major semi-final, Valleys versus Gatton. These two have a long, long history in this grade. It could be anyone's. I really like the way Gatton sort of hung in there, but Valleys going to be a different kettle of fish. The last round of the season, Valleys got them 20 points to 18. We'll see another one like that. What do you think, Reeds?
Yeah, look, they won that President's Cup. They were very impressive against Wattles in that game. They're minor premiers for a reason. I think they'll prove too strong against Gatton.
Mick?
Yeah, I'll go with them too.
Go with Gatton, Hawks? I'll go with Valleys.
Valleys.
That's right. Elimination finals, wonderful under-18 competition. Gatton versus Highfields. Gee, Gatton were disappointing last weekend against a hot Dalby side. They forgot one thing: they need to play for 70 minutes. Your thoughts there, Reeds, on this game?
Yeah, I thought Gatton had a couple of players, as I said earlier, played really well. They didn't use them enough and they didn't try to get involved. Highfields were set for that game last weekend. They played really well. I think they'll do Gatton.
Yeah, look, Dalby did find out Gatton. I don't think they can't play as bad as they did. Highfields were very, very good, mate. The finals last year. What's your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, I'll go Gatton.
You'll go Gatton, too big and strong. And they've got to get their work rate up, those big fellas. Come on, the Hawks. Major semi-final, South versus Dalby. These sides are etching a grand rivalry dating back to their juniors. I remember commentating their under-16 grand final last year. And there is I was going to say Bees Dick, but I won't say that now, mate, between these two. Yeah, a struck match.
In the Madsen Rasmussen or the President's Cup earlier in the year, Dalby got away to a big start. The Tigers ran them down.
Yeah, too
they
far,
subsequently met again and the Tigers got them. I'm going to go for the Tigers after the week off.
Yeah, I like Dalby in this one, mate.
Yeah, I'll go Dalby too.
Yeah, they were very, very impressive. You know why? Because they played for 70 minutes. Don't you reckon, Mick?
Yeah, no, Dalby, they had a good game there the other day.
And then on Saturday at Gold Park, after the Mustangs under-20 game against the Dolphins, Stanthorpe, they are playing Gundawindi 3:30. I think we're going to actually call this game. We'll see what the response has been through my request in Facebook. One could argue that Stanthorpe were probably the better side in their loss against Gatton last week, but they were not in front when it counted. Gundawindi have one player by the name of Jamal Woodbridge, scored 5 tries last week, and he will be a handful for Stanthorpe. I think Gundawindi for me, mate.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Gundy as well. I think they'll get there.
Yeah, Gundy.
Gundy, there we go. And then the major semi, undefeated Newtown versus Gatton. Newtown were favourites for this one. But gee, I saw a really determined Hawks sides. They had players returning like Brendan Simpson and those guys. I'm actually going to tip an upset here. I think the Hawks are beat Newtown. What do you reckon?
I haven't really watched much C-grade.
Don't you care about second division?
I do.
Yeah.
But I haven't really watched much, but I don't know, I think Newtown.
All right, Newtown, yeah?
Yeah, they're undefeated for a reason. They haven't got their captain back. He's still got one more week of suspension, but I think they'll get into the Hawks and they'll beat them by a fair way.
Yeah, I just like putting a spanner in the works. Last time they played, it was 20 points to 8.
I think it's just about you proving yourself wrong again.
Exactly right. So thanks for joining us. Wish you all the best on the weekend. It's going to be a great day, Mick, and thanks for coming. As we go to the break, let's look at Sean's selections. And after the break, it's Obee's quiz. So we are the Toowoomba Rugby League Footy Show.
G'day everybody, Sean Lees here from Hutchinson Builders for Sean's Selections. So it's just me this week. I don't have any interviews. All the boys are too busy getting all the work done. I was going to give you an update. We've picked up a couple of jobs over the last few weeks. So Hill Street Childcare Centre for QIC, which is a bit of a challenging little one. You got what used to be Christie's Angels. That tilt panel building in there gets extended to the back. We put a suspended deck in it, fitted out for a childcare. And then Peachy Street Mental Health, which haven't quite got over the line yet. We're working through the design at the moment, but it's a fairly major job just up the road here in Toowoomba. So we're flush for work. Got plenty going on, which is fantastic. So getting to the footy. So it's getting to the pointy end of the year. Big game over the weekend with Wattles going down. Our main man, Corey Weston, the biggest Wattles fan in the country, was devastated on Monday with their performance. So they've got Dalby in the knockout semi this week. So I'm going to go for Wattles, but I'm a bit nervous for them. I reckon Dalby are going to be up for this one, given the opportunity that they've got to make the GF. And I reckon that last week's game would have knocked Wattles around a little bit, but I reckon it could go either way. I reckon they could either come out and absolutely give Dalby a hiding, or they don't turn up and Dalby slip through and Wattles go out the back door. But I'm going to stick with Wattles. Magic Matt Duggan, mate, all the best for you. I hope you guys get home. And then in the easier game of the two, you got Valleys and Warwick to roll through to the grand final. I'm going to go for a bit of an upset here. I'm going to go for Warwick, purely on the basis that I think they're going to have their tail up a bit after last week, and I reckon they're going to want it more than Valleys. But I acknowledge that it's a bit of an upset. And they're probably the underdog of the two. So looking forward to the footy. All the best to the boys. I reckon you got 4 good sides there, and they're going to be a couple of good games. So looking forward to watching it, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, bye.
There's more of the TRL Footy Show, brought to you by Power FM, Hutchie's Builders and the Warwick Cowboys, live from the Warwick Hotel, next, here on Power TV Australia.
Crazy Kevin on the radio.
Jamming as much variety into your day as possible.
PowerFMRadio.com.au.
Is your computer driving you crazy? Is it slow or doing things you didn't expect? Well, having a computer crash or pick up a virus can be a complete nightmare for a business, so having someone local you can trust to get you up and running again is critical. The dedicated team of experts at Computer Troubleshooters Toowoomba West will put your mind at ease from the moment you walk through the door and will get your problem solved in no time with a 100% guarantee on their work. Laptops, tablets, PCs, whatever you have, Roger and the team can fix it for you. So visit them today at 236 Bridge Street, Newtown. Can't get in to see them? No worries. Just call them on 46421331 and they'll come to you. Toowoomba Troubleshooters, Toowoomba West, on the web at www.computertroubleshooters.com.au/Toowoomba West.
Thanks so much for your company for the TRL Footy Show live from the Warwick Hotel. And now it's time for Obee's Quiz.
Yeah, well, welcome back to the TRL Footy Show, and it's Obee's Quiz! Well, there we go. A bit of deja vu there. We've got a couple of little scallywags here, the Cowboys here in the quiz. We got Craig Dom. Dom is good. Yeah. How are you, Dom? Not good. Okay, then we got Josh, the Love Boat Cruise. How are you, mate? All right? How you going?
Good, mate. Good.
Hey, a good win on the weekend?
It was, yeah.
That was good. How was the body? And then we've got Harry Potter Sullivan. How are you, Harry?
Yeah, good, Obee. How you going?
That's good. Have you been studying up, boys, on what I was going to ask you tonight?
Oh, if we gave the questions, we would have studied, but we haven't got anything. We got any material.
Do you actually know what Wikipedia is, Harry? No, I'll tell you later. Okay. Now, three individual questions first up, and then we go into fastest finger or whatever you want to call us. Now, first one is for Craig Don. Now, Craig, you right, mate?
Yeah, mate.
Okay. You won the League Group Electrical Player of the Match in round 17 against Gatton. We are going to show you a photo taken of you and of my... So let's get the photo. Multiple choice, okay? It's called Spot the Difference with the efference on spot, okay? Is the difference A, it's the first time you've shaved between your eyebrows? Don't answer the question until I give them all, okay? Is it B, you've got snot running out of your nose there? Yeah, that went over like a lead balloon. Or C, your sunglasses are hiding something.
I think it's C, Obee.
Well, okay, and for another 5 points, Mr. Don, what is it hiding?
Good old love boy.
Yeah! And for another 5 points, who gave it? And don't say... Kimmy. Oh, that's good. Is that 15 points, Rick?
That's 15 points.
Yeah, well, put your hands together, Paul Dom. Okay.
That's funny.
Now, Josh Cruz, multiple choice.
This is stitch up victory.
Okay.
Obee.
All right. Can we get this photo up of Josh, please? If we can have a look at that. There we go. Okay, multiple choice. Okay, multiple choice, Josh. You have had a number of nicknames in your life. Which one of these is not your nickname? Okay. A, custard, because of your blonde tips. Is it? Don't answer until we finish it, mate. Is it B, P&O? Is it C, noodles, or is it D, Don Bradman, because you're batting above your weight?
Probably P&O, I think.
Yeah, that's right, Joshy! And all I can say, Josh and Craig, if you go on to the Toowoomba Rugby League Facebook site, okay, and if you go in to see the statistics, you can actually click on each player, okay, and there's an image up there to show that player, whether it be an accident or not. I've actually put those two images up there this afternoon so everyone can see there on you, pretty boy Joshy. That's 5 points for you. Now, on to Harry Potter Sullivan. Okay, no photos of you, Harry. You're ugly enough as it is. Okay. Now, multiple choice for you, Harry. The question is, who is your man crush? Okay. And don't answer until after we've got that. It is Darren, or is it Daniel Pettiford? Because you're glad that he's on your side. That's A. Is it B, Joey Fuimano? Because he backs you up if you get into trouble on the field? Or is it C, Kieran Fender, for obvious reasons?
I think Donnie's got Joey held up together, but me and little Karen Fender.
Oh, that's wonderful. Look, there's a lot of love in the air. Yes, that's right, for 5 points. Now, for an extra 5 points, young Harry, what's his middle name?
Pig.
Yep, we'll get that one. Thanks very much. Okay, now we've got fastest finger or fastest Yahoo, okay? And we're going to give them a few buzzers, okay? Now, with Mr. Craig Don, okay, I want you to yell out, Dom is good, okay? Ready? Away you go.
Dom is good.
Thank you. Now, Joshy Cruz, I want being at the Cowboys. I want you to do a big yeehaw. I want you to do an abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
Okay. Well, let's hear them again. Don.
That is good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And hey, what's the score there, mate?
Yes, the score at the moment is Craig Don is good 15, Joshy the P&O Cruz on 5, and Harry Potter on 10.
Well done. Heaps of prizes for the winners and even the losers as well. Okay, question number 1. Mitch Watson is Warwick's top try scorer with 16 tries. Who is the next highest?
That is good.
Yes.
It's Harry.
That's right.
Yeah.
And for an extra 5 points, who's the next?
That is good.
Yep.
Matty Marshall.
That's right, with 9. Well done. You've done your homework.
Thank you.
Okay, question number 2. What was the halftime score on Sunday? I'll go abracadabra.
12-6.
That's right. Okay. Myself and Paul Reedy are regulars on the TRL Footy Show. Name 2 of the other regulars. Yeah, Joshy.
Gary Lawrence and George McVeigh.
That's right. Well done. G'day to Gary. Hope you're going okay. And okay, number 4. Who is Warwick's ambassador?
Yeehaw.
Yes.
Nat Webb.
Hang on. Give us a big yeehaw, mate.
Oh, I did yeehaw.
Yeah, but it was sort of like.
Yeah. Nat Webb.
Well done. Okay. Here's a who am I? I coached in Warwick in the 1980s. I played fullback to front row during my career and spent from 1974 to 1981 seasons with Brothers Brisbane. In 1979, I represented the Queensland Police. In
Smelly Armours.
Yes.
Wayne Bennett.
That's incorrect. So you're out of it. Next 2. Okay.
Well, I wanted.
And in 81, I moved to Warwick, and I was captain coach of Collegians A grade for 3 consecutive premierships, 1982, 3, and 4. I was the first ever CEO of the Men of League Foundation. Yep.
Bob Bennett.
Bob Bennett, that's right. And g'day to Bob from Mustangs now. He coached Papua New Guinea from 96 to 05, and he's the CEO. Is that right? Is he right, Ted? CEO of the Western Mustangs. Well done. And we've got 5 questions left. What's the score?
So we've got Craig still out on front on 25, Josh now on 20, and Harry on 15.
Lift your game. Throw some magic there, mate. Let's test those buzzers again. Don?
That is good.
Yeah! And?
Abracadabra.
Yeah, well done. You've got too much time on your hands, Harry. Okay. All right. Who is the leading try scorer in under 18s? For Warwick, sorry.
Yeehaw.
Yep.
Tyrell Ross.
No.
That is good.
Yes.
Tommy Bell.
Wrong.
Yeehaw. Sam Speedy.
No.
I don't know.
Actually, it might be. No, yeah, I think it's.
Yeehaw!
Yep.
Mickey Van Sant.
That's right. Well done. I thought I got it wrong there for a moment. Thought I got it wrong there, but I haven't been wrong since 2011. What was funny there, Rick?
Oh, just waiting for him to go through the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Number 7. Now, Harry, you are one of only 3 players to play all 17 games this year. Name one of the other 2.
That is good.
Yep.
Kieran Fender.
That's right. And another 5 points, the other one.
That is good.
Yep. What's the big music?
Smelly Armours.
Yes.
Jared Bradfield.
That's right. Well done. Okay, now this is one I haven't done before. All the contestants have got a bit of paper and a marker. Okay, and what I need you guys to write down, don't let the other ones know, whoever's the closest gets it, okay? Now, what is the approximate population of Warwick? Okay.
How many? Can you read that?
Yes. Okay. Do you know how to write? Can you do more than 100 there, Harry? Okay, show them all up, guys. And we're going to have 16,000, 12 and a half, 9,000 there as well. And the winner is Josh Cruz. It's 13,862 the last census. Well done there. Okay. Now, make sure that you don't write the same here, right? Or don't let your partner know. Okay. Now, I want you to write down the most annoying teammate. Okay? And don't show your paper until I've said. Okay? Okay. Are you ready, Harry? Don't show yet.
Sorry.
Yeah. You want more time, mate?
No, I'm good.
It's a pretty guys. And it is right, we'll give them all 5 points, you idiots, okay? Because what I was going to do is that if they had different players, I was going to get the audience to applause to see who was the most there as well. Okay, 2 questions to go. What's the score, Rick?
So we've got Craig still leading out on 35, Josh on 30, and Harry on 25.
Okay, well, this is, 1 question to go, okay? And what I want you to do in 15 seconds, you got the timer there, mate? Yep. Yeah, you have? I want you to draw a picture of yourself, okay? And ready, time goes now. Oh, God. 15 seconds. Say when, ready? Okay, in 15 seconds. Okay. All right, time. Okay, pens down. Okay, first of all, and when we put them up, okay, Harry, you're going to go first. I need to have a round of applause, and the one with the most applause wins. Okay, Harry, let's have a look at yours. Where's the mustache, man?
Is that Karen?
Where's the mustache? Okay. On to Joshy Cruz. Here we go. Yeah. Looks like yeah, looks like a duck. Okay, and on to you, Craig Don. Well, I think the winner there was Harry Sullivan, don't you reckon? So he gets there.
We're at 30 points.
Oh, we'll give him 15, eh?
2.5.
And the winner is Harry Potter. And Bally's, it's going to be a ripper of a game. We go to air at about 3:30. We'll do the Dolby, then Wattles game, and then at 5:30, all roads lead to Clive Burkoffer Stadium for the big game. Hutchie's match of the round. It's Bally's versus Warwick, 80 minutes away from the grand final. Thanks very much here from Warwick. Put one more cheer. Thanks for having us. Really thanks to Darren Pettiford and his team here at the Warwick Hotel. Thanks very much to Dane Barrett and the club as well. We look forward to seeing you next week. This is the Toowoomba Rugby League Footy Show.
This has been another edition of the TRL Footy Show. Thanks to our sponsors, Power FM, Hutchison Builders, Computer Troubleshooters Toowoomba West, and the Warwick Cowboys Rugby League Football Club. If you'd like to advertise on Power TV or Power FM, you can contact us by phone or email. The details are on the screen. This has been a Power TV Australia production in conjunction with Power FM. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Also remember to download the Power TV Australia app from the Apple and Google Play stores. I'm Robbo. Catch you next week for the TRL Footy Show here on Power TV Australia.